Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday Vlog, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. That includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, pop culture, social media, technology, and items of interest that come up during the week that allow us to have a little bit of a dialogue. I want to welcome all of you guys from New Tech and, of course, all of you here on YouTube for your guys' continued support.
And we start things off from ground news. Court records show political pressure behind Fox programming. Murdoch's prodding revealed in court documents that are part of the defamation lawsuit by a voting system company. In one example showing how Fox became actively involved in politics instead of simply reporting or offering opinions about it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new here to the channel, what we do here on the BuzWeaver channel is we take the difficult, we take the complicated, we take the confusion, we take the tumult, and especially the media framing to illustrate what they do and how they do it to generate a narrative and how they want to feed people with opinions and ideas and concepts that they should have. And this is no different here, particularly since Kevin McCarthy released a lot of the January 6th footage that was not used by the selection committee, or as Trump calls it, the unselection committee, and it's created quite a tussle, quite a great deal of criticism for Fox News, and so it's not unusual that the establishment types are now pursuing Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, and of course Tucker Carlson. So you can see here in a series of different articles from Ground News, court records show political pressure behind Fox programming, and then within it, thousands of pages of documents released by the court show the network blurred the line between opinion and fact-based reporting. A defamation lawsuit is showing how Fox News became actively involved in politics instead of simply... So we see the various sources here from Ground News, and there are more, but I was able to find these articles, which I find interesting because if you have been a member of the BuzWeaver channel, we have spent the last 5 years specifically illustrating the legacy media working with Democrats and others within the sphere of the Establishment Uni-party working against Donald Trump intentionally. And we have done that now for the last 5 years. So here is an example of these same groups of people, the Establishment Uni-party and the legacy media, going after Fox, more specifically probably because of the recently released January 6th video that tells a different story than what the media was pushing for quite some time, or at least for the last 2 years, when it came to what happened on January 6th. So we see here from KNS5 out of San Antonio, Texas, court records show political pressure behind Fox programming. As I read the various documents, so in May of 2018, the nation's top Republicans needed help. So they called on the founder of Fox News, Rupert Murdoch. President Donald Trump and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell were trying to stop West Virginia Republicans from nominating Don Blankenship, who had been convicted of violating mine safety standards during a lethal accident in one of the coal mines, to challenge the state's incumbent Senator, Democrat Joe Manchin, which I find fascinating because of the incident right now happening in Ohio, which Joe Biden has done nothing about, or did very little. Didn't even allow FEMA to go out there, which we pay for, to the federal government. Our federal taxes go to FEMA to help in those particular and specific situations, yet he did not do it. And, of course, after Trump went out there, then he sends Pete Buttigieg out there to take a look and assess, and then later on they decide, almost nearly a month afterwards, to send FEMA to Ohio. So absolutely absurd who uses and manipulates the media, particularly from government, and the continuation of politicizing within the mainstream media. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Both Trump and McConnell are appealing to help to beat unelected former mine owner. We just mentioned that there. So Murdoch's prodding revealed in court documents that are part of a defamation lawsuit by a voting system company, that would be Dominion, is one example showing how Fox became actively involved in politics. Actively involved in politics. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a stroll down memory lane here from the archives of the BuzWeaver channel. And this is why I keep these. And I'm targeting specific ones because these are going to be ones that most people are going to remember, not the hundreds of different videos that I have done illustrating this. So let's start off. You may recall from MSNBC, who spent 2 years along with all the other legacy media outlets suggesting that Donald Trump was involved in Russian collusion. And for 2 years, they perpetuated a fabricated Russian collusion story to the point of their own embarrassment, to where they won't even include the word collusion in their rebuttals because they had said it. It was more specific when it came to Hillary Clinton, who used it often. And they refuted this after the fact, after they realized that there was nothing there. It was a fabrication. So when they talk about disinformation and misinformation, that is exactly what they were engaged in for 2 solid years. A coordinated effort within government and the legacy media to politicize something. And we see here from the Steele dossier, a key source for the infamous Russian dossier is charged with lying to the FBI. That's right, because it was a fabricated story. A Russian national who was a key source of information used in the 2016 dossier of allegations about Donald Trump's alleged ties to Russia has been arrested and indicted on accusations that he lied to the FBI. Now, he has since been released or, of course, admonished of all this because the Democrats went in and helped him out. But have the media suddenly forgotten all about this? How about this from the Washington Times? Media suppression of Hunter Biden's laptop was election interference. Yeah, remember that? Remember when the New York Post came out with their article on the Hunter Biden laptop and they were completely shut down? And then creators like us on YouTube or anyone on social media could not even talk about it. We would be banned. We would be suspended by the platforms because of government pressure. What government pressure do you say there, BuzWeaver? Well, how about The Intercept, the Truth Cops? Leaked document online. DHS plan to police disinformation. That's right. They went in and had dashboards on Twitter where they could directly influence Twitter and say, ban this person, suppress this information, and censor this. The Department of Homeland Security is quietly broadening its efforts to curb speech it considers dangerous. An investigation by The Intercept has found years of internal DHS memos, emails, and documents obtained via leaks and ongoing lawsuits, as well as public documents, illustrates an expansive effort by the agency to influence tech platforms. Government agencies directly getting involved in First Amendment speech, not necessarily of the posters and the accounts, but of the platforms themselves, which I find fascinating. And of course, directly from the horse's mouth on Twitter. Less than 90 minutes after Twitter employees had determined that Trump's tweets were not in violation of Twitter policy, Vijaya Gadde, Twitter's head of legal policy and trust, asked whether it could, in fact, be coded incitement to further violence. So in other words, they're taking semantic language. They're taking language, which they have already hijacked since 2016, and our culture, and trying to justify their evil intentions to smear a man, to smear a person for political reasons. And here we have Vijaya Gadde. Thanks. The biggest question is whether a tweet like one this morning from Trump, which isn't a rule violation on its face, being used as coded incitement to further violence. Absolutely absurd how they're able to change rules, change these certain policies, terms of service, to suit their need because of political pressure from government, from the government. And now, these same individuals want to tell us that Fox News was biased in its reporting and had political motives. Yet for 2 years, these agencies, these same legacy media agencies, did everything they could to smear a sitting president to the point, to the extent where he was banned from social media for not violating Twitter policy. He did nothing wrong in the Twitter policy. It's right here in all these documents. Why do you think they're going after Elon Musk? Why do you think the FTC is now pursuing Elon Musk? Because you can't go against the machine. You go against the machine, you go against the Establishment Uni-party, and they will pursue you. So I want to bring that to your guys' attention because it was brought to my attention And I would have covered it anyway, but I personally know, and you guys know here on the BuzWeaver channel, that this has been going on now for many years, but we have covered it specifically for the last 5 years. And that's what I have for you guys this Friday.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this Friday vlog. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. Below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to, where you can see my daily post, as well as the Amazon link if you guys are Prime members or order frequently from Amazon. You guys can use that link, go to the landing page, and search for what you're looking for. And of course, it helps out the channel. For those on New Tech, as well as here on YouTube, and appearing right there on the screen for all of you watching on YouTube, that would be the channel icon. You can click on that to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys right there behind that camera next week.